I love the idea that everything in this show is gonna be taken care of through villainess energy, but it's all actually to support her. Oh, she doesn't want to share a room with me because this is hard for her? I'll make it seem like she's a pesky commoner. I'll get her her own room. She's gonna rism with the tism with the math formula. Oh, Bocchi the Witch is the greatest. She's best girl for real. The fact that this girl had the most hyperfixation moment ever, socially awkward as hell, and was able to riz the second prince with her tism of her hyperfixation towards the mathematical problems of I was peeping on you and I know it was you. Let me give you the Einstein board of why this was you. This might be not only best girl of the year, but best girl of the decade. Drop a like, show your support, subscribe if you're new around here. Patreon's where you're gonna catch all those full live reactions and other exclusives. So, Monica as a character sold me after last week. If you have a girl who literally was so socially awkward and had social anxiety to such a degree that she said, hey, I'm gonna be a girl who discovers how to use magic without speaking a single word, something that doesn't happen in this world, mind you, becoming that stupidly OP just to avoid socializing is hilarious. And despite episode 1 having more magical flair, giant spells, dragons, and the like, everything else that they did, fantastic. And we're obviously going to have more of that over time. But I would personally argue episode 2 was more magical and whimsical, despite the lack of magic in this episode. The little bits we saw, like her, pouring her coffee or tea using magic, but not really making it a major focus. Little moments like those, sometimes less is more, is the best way to put it, but there was something about her exploring this environment. You kickstart with what was my favorite aspect next to her socially awkward ass becoming OP, which was the princess being a chuny, kind of being like, oh, I'm gonna be the villainess for you. So, oh, you don't want to share a room with me? That breaks my heart, but I'm your #1 fan, so I got you, girlfriend. You think I'm gonna share a room with a peasant? Send her to the attic. Oh, you don't have the attic ready? Well, then we'll put her in the barns. No, my lady, I'll get the attic prepared. The funny thing, too, about that is that all the rich sticks up their ass people in this building would absolutely consider that disgusting that she lives in the attic. That's the perfect room for her. Personally, it looked rather cozy. I liked it, too. But this school is so like, oh, you gotta sit up straight, you gotta we're 1 or 2 steps away from someone trying to say you can't eat an entire pea in one sitting, you gotta cut it and be precise. I've seen TikToks of like this butler guy doing that, and he's like, this is how you cut your peas. Ain't no one gonna cut no peas, I'm shoving that shit with a spoon, baby. Anyway, we meet up with the second prince, who's a little skeptical of things, and rightfully so. One of the people in the student council was forging shit, and I'm not sure if he was possessed or brainwashed. He had a lot going on. He might have just been high as a kite like a crackhead in downtown. I don't know. Either way, things ain't looking good, and then our girl looks like she's about to jump him, and she's like, I swear, I just have my lunch in my pocket, and it's a bunch of walnuts. The fact that he calls her his little squirrel is adorably, awesome. But the fact that, okay, so we think there's, an assassination attempt. And I'm not saying a pot dropping on his head would guarantee kill him, but head injuries can easily kill. So, I mean, a pot from that height dropping and hitting him in the head could have killed him. So I was thinking it was a person. We're under the suspicion that it could have been a freak accident. But either way, they were rightfully suspicious of her. I think he was a little like, damn, if my assassin is this cute, maybe I change her tune and she comes with me. I think he got a little like, oh, okay, I kind of like my little squirrel here. So the idea that she's like, hey boss, why did you escape last night? Why was that me? Well, looked like you. You had a similar build. Well, a lot of people have a similar build. And then she just goes on her brain blast moment of the mathematical formulas of why no one can be built like you, your highness. Until she finished that thought, she had no idea. I am waiting for the next moment where she just hyperfixates on something and just explodes. Not to mention, she actually made a friend. You gotta keep in mind, this is the most socially awkward character. And in the span of 24 hours, she was able to make a friend. That girl who did her hair up and stuff. This whole place got sticks up their ass. It's a lot of rich preppy bullshit. That girl was also adorable, and I really liked her addition. So, like, she was able to essentially make a friend. Also, Riz the Prince, and also the princess is, like, the #1 right-hand woman. Like, I'm pretty sure if Monica told her to jump, she would jump. If Monica said to fall on the sword, she would say, gladly. This show brings me joy. This season of anime is kind of pissing me off because this is the first time I can recall in a long time. It's been so long I can't even pull an anime season from my hat and say which one it was, like, I could do this for. When I make like a top 5, like if people ask me, hey Brandon, what is your top 5 shows of the season? The first 3, and if it's a real good season, top 4, I'm like, okay, these are the clear top 3, top 4. And then I can pick something and be like, yeah, that's a pretty good show. I could call that a top 5. There's like 7 or 8 shows right now that have dropped either its first or second episode that I don't know how I pick 5. Like, this is such a good season. We might actually be looking at, when people ask you for a top 3, top 5, you give them a top 10. Because, as I've said in a couple of videos, there's only one show I watched this season that was like average for me. Everything else has been like 8, 9, 10 out of 10s, and this one is absolutely a 10 out of 10. It's adorable, it has energy. She's an adorable little gremlin. The talking cat is a great addition. It could have just been a cute little kitty cat, but no, the talking cat and it trolling her by turning into a person. This show speaks to me, and I was like, I still expect this show, because this is how it goes. Once we get to episode 4, 5, 6, people will stop watching videos on it. But at this point, I frankly don't care. I personally thought Call of the Night Season 2 would be bigger on YouTube, but all the videos I saw people do really didn't get views, so it kind of frees me from forcing myself to cover that show. Not that I don't like Call of the Night, but personally I would have much more fun talking about this on YouTube, so I'm very happy that not only so far people seem to like videos on this one, but most importantly, I don't have to find myself forced to do stuff just for the views, so I'm a happy camper right now. But still, let me know what you thought down below, and make sure you drop a like, share your support, as long as the support remains. You know, because here's the thing, I'm obviously planning to do this one the whole season, but if we get a season 2 or something, this type of performance does impact that going forward, unless it airs on a day where it just doesn't matter. You get my point? So like, comment, subscribe, all that fun jazz. And Patreon, we got the full live reactions and other exclusives, like, hey, I give a video shout out to all of my patrons. So today we got Nathan Matthews, Jonathan, Earl888, Austin Citizen, Eric Cheeks Robinson, Gaius, Shareable Cockras, and we also have Brian Mifsud. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. And just know, if you ever find yourself needing to rizz up your crush, bring yourself a chalkboard or a whiteboard. Drop the mathematical equations why you think they're built different. Have a good one.